evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Ministry of Interior decides tomorrow, Thursday, is the deadline to receive applications of candidacy for Municipal Council's second-term elections. The Sultanate advances 7 positions in the Global Innovation Index on the level of North Africa and West Asia. And Russia intensifies airstrikes on Daesh locations in Syria, launching from an Iranian airbase. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. Ministry of Interior decided that tomorrow, Thursday, the 18th of August, is the deadline to receive applications of candidacy for municipal councils for the second-term elections. The ministry called the attention of citizens who would like to submit their candidacy that the e-system will remain open to receive applications during the evening time up to 12 midnight on Friday through the website of Municipal Council's elections. The Sultanate occupied the 73rd place globally and 13th place for North Africa and West Asia in the Global Innovation Index for the year 2016. The Sultanate advanced 7 positions in the global innovation due to the efforts exerted by the bodies concerned in supporting innovation projects as well as researches. The importance of the investment in the innovation field is considered significant for the growth of the economy on the long term, in addition to finding new sources as well as benefiting from the opportunities provided by global innovation. The admission center completed the first sort-out process of students registered through the e-system. More than 22,300 male and female students have approved the seats offered to them by the admission center for the academic year 2016-2017, while those who did not confirm yet were 536 male and female students. The admission center will conduct the second sort-out on 22nd of this month for the students who did not register in the system yet, or those who were registered to compete for the available offers from different educational institutions from in and outside the Sultanate. Oman is insured with a public authority for social insurance until the end of September 2015 had increased by 6.1%. Of those insured, 4% were males and 3% were females. People whose services were terminated in 2015 amounted to more than 61,660 workers from various establishments in the Sultanate, 69% by resignations. Social insurance expenditures in 2015 amounted to more than 58 million Omani Rial, increasing by 46.5% compared to 2014. Of those insured, 4% were men and 3% were women. Oman is insured with public authority for social insurance, increased by 6.1% until the end of September 2015. Still to come in our news bulletin. Al Falaj Public Park opens in the Wilaya of Sohar to entertain the visitors.
هنا الرائحة العالقة بالذاكرة تأخذنا دهشة مختلفة لتبهرنا بجمالها الآسر حيث ملتقى الأسرة. امنح نفسك شغف التجربة، فهنا حكاية الجمال لا تنتهي. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2016 من 15 من يوليو إلى 31 من أغسطس. عمان، المحبة والوئام.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. A training course on radio digital archiving concluded in the Governorate of Dhofar. The event was organized by Gulf Radio and Television Apparatus in cooperation with the Public Authority for Radio and Television. A number of technicians working in the field of radio archiving from several radios in Gulf Cooperation Council countries took part in the 10-day course. It discussed programs used for archiving and methods to save audio files in radio databases. The Family Cohesion Forum in the Wilayah of Salalah in the Governorate of Dhofar came to shed light on the appropriate standards to choose the right partner when getting married. As the family is considered the main element to achieve sustainable development, the forum came to discuss the challenges that face the newly married couples, especially early divorce. It also focused on marriage counseling to identify marital problems and disagreements, in addition to find best solutions to solve these issues and achieve a happy marriage among the couples. The participants expressed that such forums are considered significant in spreading awareness among the members of the society on the importance of family cohesion. An embodiment of partnership between public and private sectors in implementing public interest projects, Al Falaj Public Park was launched in the Wilayah of Sohar. The project was funded by Orpic Company in coordination with Sohar Municipality. The launching ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sultan bin Salem Al Habsi, Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Planning. The total cost of the project reached 1 million Omani Rial, funded by Orpic as part of its social responsibility program. It was equipped with modern entertainment facilities, and the park is an important addition to the service and entertainment facilities in the Wilayah of Sohar. Fish markets in the Sultanate witnessed an increase in unloaded quantity of squid with the start of squid catching season in the beginning of August. The season will last for 5 months. The quantity of caught squid depends on sea conditions such as waves and wind movement. The prices depend on supply and demand. Squid are mollusca which have great nutritional and economic value. They are in high demand in local and global markets. They're found in the governorates of Wusta, South Sharqiya and parts of Dhofar. Muscat Securities Market MSM General Index recorded an increase of 12 points as the trading value stood at 5.4 million Omani Rial compared to the last session. The report released by MSM pointed out that the market value reached about 17.30 billion Omani Rial. Oman oil price October delivery reached $46. The Dubai Mercantile Exchange statement said that the price of Oman oil rose 16 cents from the price of yesterday, which was $45.84. The average price of Oman oil September 2016 delivery has stabilized at $43.40, thus $3.20 per barrel lower than August 2016 delivery. Russia used an Iranian airbase to launch airstrikes in Syria for a second day today, rejecting U.S. suggestions that its cooperation with Tehran might violate a UN resolution. Russia's defense ministry said that Su-34 fighter bombers flying from Iran's Hamadan airbase had struck Daesh targets in Syria's Deir al-Zur province, destroying 2 command posts and killing more than 150 militants. Moscow first used Iran as a base from which to launch airstrikes in Syria yesterday, deepening its involvement in the 5-year-old Syrian civil war and angering the United States. A suicide car attack carried out by the Daesh group in Sirte left 5 people dead and injured more than 30 pro-government fighters. The attack took place in a residential area which has has seen intense fighting over the past few days. Meanwhile, Libyan forces said they had taken one of the last districts in central Sirte, held by Daesh group battling snipers and car bombs in their campaign to recapture the entire city. Forces aligned with Libya's UN-backed government in Tripoli are 3 months into a campaign to oust the militants from their former North African stronghold and have encircled the militants in a shrinking section of the city center. Pakistan's military killed at least 14 militants in airstrikes and a ground operation in a restive tribal region near the Afghan border. The army offensive took place in the mountainous terrain of Rajgal in Khyber region, one of the 7 semi-autonomous tribal districts where the military has been fighting Taliban and Al-Qaeda-linked militants for over a decade. The army launched the operation in June 2014 in a bid to wipe out militant bases in North Waziristan tribal area and so bring an end to the bloody insurgency that has costed thousands of civilian lives. Australia announces $154 million upgrade for Sydney Opera House, the largest since its opening in 1973. More details in the following report.
Australia unveiled plans for the largest renovations to the Sydney Opera House since its opening in 1973, with more than $154 million earmarked to update the UNESCO World Heritage listed site. It draws more than 8 million visitors a year, bringing over $591 million into the coffers of the state of New South Wales, according to Deloitte Access Economics, but gets low scores from critics and musicians for its acoustics. The renovations, which kick off next year and wrap up in 2020, will focus on improving the acoustics and accessibility and convert unused offices into a family-friendly creative learning centre.
This is going to open more of the Opera House to the public. It's going to replace aged equipment and it's going to carefully balance our heritage and our future.
The Deputy Premier of New South Wales pledged that the renovations to the Danish architect design, which helped make the Opera House one of the world's most recognisable buildings, would not damage the sail-like external facade overlooked by Sydney Harbour Bridge. In a 2011 survey of performance, spectators and critics, Australian music magazine Limelight rated the Opera Theatre as having the worst acoustics among 20 major world venues, with its concert hall doing marginally better in 18th place. That, according to Sydney Symphony Orchestra's managing director, will all change with the new renovations.
And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with intermittent drizzle and light to moderate rainfall on some areas. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with scattered rain over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate over the coast of Sea of Oman, while on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea, it will be southwesterly moderate to active. Seas will be rough along the coasts of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 4.25 meters and slight along the rest of the coasts with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of the Interior decides tomorrow, Thursday, is the deadline to receive applications of candidacy for municipal council's second-term elections. The Sultanate advances 7 positions in the Global Innovation Index on the level of North Africa and West Asia. And Russia intensifies airstrikes on Daesh locations in Syria, launching from an Iranian airbase. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, good night.